few quick comments in this introductory video. We're going to be having random conversations, as the title suggests, but maybe not the random conversations that you're used to having. And that's why I think this may be interesting to at least a select niche audience. I am a pastor, and from week to week, I get a number of different questions on a variety of topics. And sometimes those conversations, they begin inside the building. They end up in the parking lot for 2 or 3 hours as we're talking through some of those things. And we don't end where we finished. We may start off with a question about some political decision that was made and end up talking about a TV show and how that impacts our lives. Or maybe it's a question about a scientific discovery and how that impacts Christianity. And we may end up in a different place entirely and talking about the history of Germany. And so these random conversations, I think, though, are really instructive because they're going to tell us about how we interact with the world and what that really looks like. And I hope they're instructive for you. Maybe you're a Christian, you're visiting, you're trying to understand how to interact with the world. Maybe you're a fellow pastor and you have these kinds of conversations also. Maybe you don't have these conversations, but you'd like to know the kinds of things that people are interested in. Those are the conversations that we're going to have. They're going to range from everything from political issues to life on other planets, bacteria found on Mars, or some other kind of concept. What about technology? What about AI? How does that impact our faith? Quantum computing, the future of tech. How do all these things interact with our daily lives that cause us to see the world in the way that we do? I think you're going to find this interesting. I find these conversations interesting, so I'm sure there's other people that will too. We will know our starting point when we begin the conversation, but what we don't know is where we'll end up. And that, I think, is the joy of having these random conversations, because we may start off on a topic of sin and end up in a place where we're talking about a movie scene and how that impacts our faith in Jesus Christ and what that means about the world. Sometimes our topics are going to begin and have nothing really to do with Christianity in the beginning, but in the end, they really will. In the way that we see the world, the people around us. There may also be some shorts that we'll do, short videos on select sections of Scripture and how that impacts our daily life. So, I look forward to doing this. We have a number of guests that are already lined up. I'm Gen X, we have some Gen Z, and we have some Boomers, and we're going to talk about things like media and how that impacts the way that we see the world. Where do we get our information? How do we know what's true about the world around us? And we're going to look at the way that different generations have approached this topic, where they got their information from, what are they doing now, and how does that impact the way that I see the world. So, look forward to having you guys watch us. We'll see you on the next video.